fishy friends, welcome to your morning's entertainment. Grab your croissants, pancakes, or Vegemite on toast and wake up to today's host, that buttery smooth groovy cat, Mr. Salem!
Ooh, things are starting to get hot. Wait a second, aren't they? Oh no, not blood related. So it's okay. But enough of that. How about we read something a little less spicy? Good evening, no, morning. Good morning, it's dark. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this morning's entertainment. Hopefully, we don't have issues this time like we did yesterday. The starting is a work in progress. But yes, congratulations, Colourfully Willy, on coming first. And I can't see the other stuff now. I saw that just before. Hold up. Where's... Oh, I can't even hit the thing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, hold up. If we go there. And congratulations, Big White Bear, on coming second. I hope that you are both well and wonderful this afternoon, Big White Bear, and morning, Colourfully Woolly. Alright, there we go. Now I can get back to the chats, but now I have to scroll. Scroll. Um, Hi, good very early morning. It is very early. I hope that you're well and wonderful this afternoon, Lena. Hi Sam, hi Lena, hi Boib. Melvin, hi, new waiting music. Oh no, so that's the old starting, which I still do sometimes, based on what it is we're actually doing. But the laptop that we're using here is the old laptop that we used to use for outside in the studio. So it doesn't have any of the new stuff. It doesn't have the new starting, which is the more softer one, which I would be using because it would match much more with what we're actually doing. But yeah. Hi, Lumia, probably. Lumia is not active because I would have to be running on the other one, and it doesn't really do anything that we really kind of need for in here. We do have it when I'm out in the what's called because it does have the giveaway stuff, the raffles. But yes, doop doop doop. Hi, Colorfully Willy. Like totally, I'm just like waiting for Salem to tell a story so good it puts him to sleep before us. He picks the music based on the time of day, I think. I know, so it's the starting. That's the as in the video that plays. That's based on the time of day. That was the morning one because it is past midnight. It is almost 5 a.m. But that is the one that there is an afternoon or an evening. For the actual starting music, that's usually based on what it is I'm doing. If it's not sort of high actiony stuff, it's the newer one. If it is more high actiony stuff, it's that one. And then if it's with Duckleberry Finn, then it's the one that I got done specifically for the Salem and Duck show. Yeah. Hi, Rainbow. They must get always the same stream time then. Hi, good morning, Sam. Good evening, Viking. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. Hi, Colourfully Willy. Hi, Lena. Hi, Viking. Oh my glob. Hi, Viking. You don't have control over the restream bot, do you? Just curious. It does what it does, and then I can, change things, delete things and whatnot, but I can't here when I have such a tiny screen and I can only see whatever is sent to Twitch chat. I can't have multiple things open. Because, yeah, I don't know if that's what caused the starting issue that we had yesterday where the thing just died, or not. But either way, there is very little room for me to see and have things up here. So I can't actually delete them while I'm here, unfortunately. Oh, a bot. The problem is I can't delete restream bits because they are a mod. Yes. Well, actually, I think in this one I can individually delete them on this side, though. Yes, I can do that. There we go. Hi, everyone. Good evening, afternoon. Cuphead, I hope that you're well and wonderful day. So we got Deal with Bots on the other platforms. Yes. Unfortunately, Fantastic Four 2025 film, you've seen it? No, I don't see any new films usually until like a couple of years after they've been released, so I have not seen it yet. And I will probably not get to see it for quite a while because I am very behind in Marvel movies. Hi, Cuphead. I'm proud of you, Salem. Your style. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. All right. Now, the microphone is on a different thing. It is closer, so it should be much better than, well, definitely much better than the start of yesterday's, and then also a bit better than the end of yesterday's, where it was on the short whatchamacall thing. And I should be fine to lean back in the actual chair, and it should be all good still. So, yes. What did I miss from yesterday? Because you did come in, but then you went snoozing again. We changed from the microphone on the laptop to the proper microphone in the this one, which is the same as what we've got out there in the studio, but with the little tiny mini version, the Rodecaster Duo. But the microphone was on the small desktop microphone stand. Now it is on a bigger one with the boom arm, so it is much closer to me. So it should be better. Should be. Should be. Yes, it's very cold in here. This room is very cold. But I can't have the door open, otherwise the cats will come in and then run around, and then there'll be more cat hair in here, and I need there to not be more cat hair in here. So, yes. But we're back now, today, moment, for the actual proper reading stream. This is the reading stream from the one in which we unlocked. That's what we're here for. Providing everything goes well. Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening normal. I hope that you're well and wonderful today. Now, as we did talk yesterday about, well, I mean, we did read a little bit of Johnny Boo. We read half of Johnny Boo, best little ghost in the world. But we are going to be doing the Goosebumps, choose your own story, adventure, whatever they call it thingy. Number 1, Escape from the Carnival of Horrors. We've done this one a couple of years ago. We have not gotten out. We continue to die. We're probably not going to do it how we did it last time and just keep doing it. We might do it a couple of times if we die a few times. It depends. If people remember the options that are chosen, because if we end up accidentally making the same choices, then that we're never going to flip and finish it. So, yes, this is. I got a bunch of the old ones from back in the day, from when I bought them new. Quite a lot of them I bought secondhand from secondhand bookstores back in the day, especially when I was traveling around the country. That was about 25 years ago when I was traveling around the country. I would buy, I'd go to secondhand bookstores and buy books because that's what I could do when I was in the car for many hours while traveling around the country. So some of them are definitely from them, but then there's also ones much earlier from, from I'd say the mid-90s. Most of them, the ones that were bought brand new, were from, yes. Hi, normal. Maybe one day we will have a cat cam. Yes, I actually have a little camera thing sort of for it. The problem is that the cats don't really sort of stay in one place unless they're sort of snoozing about. I mean, if I open the door, there's probably like 2 or 3 right out that door, sitting there. Well, there are. I mean, one's not sitting because I can hear it playing. But yes. When I came in here, there were like all 4 of them were there. But yes, you look like you're going to give a side quest. Nice beard, thank you very much. I've read most of the Goosebumps. Ooh, very good. From the school library. Ah, yes, yes, yes. They're from what is it? Scholastics. Yes. So they definitely were in school libraries. Yes. Now I of the normal Goosebumps, I think maybe I've read one or two. Pretty much, I've read almost exclusively just the give yourself Goosebumps, which are the ones where you get to choose. Reader beware, you choose the scare. Because they're the ones I like. I've never read any other books that like these. I did once see in a store there are Scooby Doo ones that are like this, and I was like, "Ooh, it's a box set." And I was tempted to get it, but I didn't. I kind of regret it because I've not seen it since. But at the same time, I haven't specifically sort of looked for it. But yes, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Um, Here, kitty, kitty. Poor kitty's not allowed on everything they want. Well, yes. I mean, they go on almost whatever they want anyway. But they used to come into this room. Before it was before the kittens, when it was just the first kittens. Because I couldn't close the door, and specifically Dana would actually, run and hide underneath this chair, or during the day she'd come and she'd sit on the chair and sleep when the sun would be hidden in here. But yeah, um, my fave book is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Please don't judge me. I've not read that one because that one is that not the one that is like the playbook one or something like that. And I also believe that they've shown what the actors are for the HBO Max, whatever it is, um, Harry Potter TV series or Hogwarts TV series, whatever it is. No, I think it's Harry Potter because I think it's the three. You got your Hermione, you got your Harry Potter, and then you got your Ron Weasley um, characters, actors, and stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's the last part. Yeah, it's meant to be like several years or a couple of years or something after the end of the normal original book series slash movies. But I'm pretty sure when the book came out, well, I thought it was like just the way it was designed. It was designed as like a playbook type of thing or something. Like it wasn't a normal book, but I never actually read it. So yeah, that was after my stopping of reading. I don't read anymore. If the camera was closer, I'd slightly turn it because right here is actually my this is my manga library right here. All here. Can't see it though, which is probably for the best. But it's all here. All there. Then that's books and other things that are not manga. But yes. So, what category of books do you like? I'd say fantasy and sci-fi. Probably sci-fi, just a little bit more than fantasy, because you're aliens. They're nice, right? Uh, and I mean that's probably a little bit closer to being real. Maybe. I mean, not according to Dimitri. Then it's 100% not real because he does not believe aliens exist at all, in any fashion, any manner at all. But let's not talk about Atlantis though, because that's flippin' scientific knowledge, apparently. Know that you're well and wonderful today, Blick. You'd have to two-hand the camera if you showed the manga shelves. What does he know? Well, I mean, no, well, okay, hold up. Well, I can maybe tilt it a little bit. Then I'm gonna have to tilt it back. Let me just. All right. Will this work? Wait. There we go. Ho. So you see all of this, and you see this, but you don't see the one above it. There's another one of this just there. There's another one just up there. And that's the higher rated ones, I suppose. Hi, Blick. Wow, look at all that erotic manga. You read manga too? Well, a significant portion of them are still sealed. But the problem is that when I actually am sorting all of this, I end up, sort of going through some of them. I check them out. I don't plan on reading them. I'll get them. I scan them into my um, cataloging application thing, and then I will like flip them open in the middle, and then I'll be like, "Hoo, there's pictures and some words. Let's read these words with these pictures." And then next thing I know, I've finished the book, but I started in the middle, and I'm like, "That was really good. I would like to read more." And then I don't, because I'm like, I've spent too much time in the one book, and I've still got a whole ton of books or manga to catalog and then get back up there. Whew. But yes. Anyway, let me move that back. I think that's about right. Is that about where it was? A little bit more that way? That should be fine. That should be fine. I've got this easy sort of free spinny, but it's a little too free spinny. But it's okay, I think. Oh, the erotic stuff is on the top shelf. I mean, well, the one that you could see there, that's got the succubus hungers tonight. Please go home, Miss Akutsu. No matter what you say, Furi-san is scary. Succubus high. Princess Knight. Yuri brothel. You like me, not my daughter. The witches of Adamus. Tall girl in another world. Do you like big girls? That's all in that one. The top one is the one that's got Honey Trap Shared House. Breasts are your favorite thing in the world. I think that's the I'm a behemoth, but I'm trapped in a something something. I'm mistaken for a something something's cat. To save the world, I have to wake up the morning after with a demi-human. Please put them on. Takamine-san. That's a interesting one, because when she takes her underwear off, she reverses time by like 5 or 10 minutes. But she's got a sidekick guy who carries the extra underwear for her to put then back on or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. But they're all sealed. I've never read them, of course. It's not for me. It's for other people, perhaps. Fish. There's no thing over here. It's all over here. Whoop. Whoop. I recommend Bucky manga series. It's the best. Oh, I've not heard of that one. I'll have to have a look. Hi, good afternoon, Quasimodo. Hope that you're well and wonderful today. Hi, no. Hi, Colourful Willy. Hi, Viking. Hi, Quasi. Bucky manga series. All right, I'll have to have a look at that. And, ho, wob, 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 wob. And then, doot, 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 and whoop, 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 and doing, boing, 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 and ch. Hope that you're going fantastic today. BWB, hi BWB, hi BWB, hi. That's the top shelf. Erotic manga. Hi Quasi. Ding. Do I need to put on headphones? I like your chair. Thank you very much. I like it too. It was actually the first thing I bought from the from my antique dealer. Who doesn't exist anymore because they closed down because the people that own the actual place were like, we're knocking this down to build apartments. So, but yes, this is the first thing I bought from it. It is a Gregorian, not Gregorian, that's the chance. Gregorian, 1800s. Yes. But yes, I hope that you're well and wonderful this afternoon, lit. Maybe Salem plans to open a sperm donation place. I actually got a email I got an email saying that I had virtual mail from the government thing, that I had to log on to get the letter, which I meant to get the letters in the mail because I don't like the online ones. But sometimes they still send me the letter ones anyway. They're meant to. About organ donation, actually, to be like, oh, here's like a yearly reminder, but it's not yearly. Maybe it's not yearly, bi-yearly, tri-yearly, every few other years, yearly, about being on the national organ donor list thing. So um, it's recognized that if you die, that you've chosen if you want to have your organs donated, and if so, which ones, because you can specifically choose. But I have that on my license. Oh, my license isn't a license anymore because I don't drive. It's now just the ID card, but it's got that in connection with that, I'm an organ donor. But yes. Anyway, hi. I have a couple of high back fabric chairs like that, but leather would be nicer. Yes. I specifically was after a wingback leather chair, and it just so happened I was walking past and I saw it and I went in for the first time and I was like, oh, that's what I'm after. So yeah, and then they had discounts on because they had to start getting rid of stuff because they had to be closing down in a few months. So yeah, this is the first thing I bought. It's the seat cushion part has been reupholstered, but the rest hasn't. But it's got all sorts of scratches all over it from cats, not my cats. That's how it was. The original owner, the previous owner, had cats, or there's been numerous cats perhaps over the lifespan of it, so it's got a lot of all over it. But that's fine. That's fine. The seat doesn't though, because it again is repulsive. Yes. I'm a registered donor. Ah, very good. I have an inappropriate realization I could share. I'm a share it. Alrighty. But yes, so we're going to be reading. So let's get it ready. Because where are we now? If I remember correctly, we're gonna go. Boom. Or we're not. Are we not? Yes. THC crystals under an electron microscope look like PPS. Oh, interesting. That one. And that one. There we go. Now we're ready. Now we're ready for reading time. The only question is, though, story time, yes. The only question is, do we want extra sort of ambience? Do we want the plasma lamp on? I got my sits mat. Yes, we do? All right, fantastic. I have no idea what that is. Sits mat. But fantastic. All right. Now, because there's a larger one, you can hear it a lot more as well, but it should still be quiet enough that you don't actually hear it. You don't hear it, especially when I talk, right? Give something that is moving while you are reading. Okay, yeah, that's true. It's for sitting crisscross, applesauce, for the story time. Gotcha. I've never had applesauce, but fantastic. And how are we feeling about the color as well? How are we feeling about the color? Because I could change it. I can change it. I could go a bit more of a reddish, a more redder, earthier tone, a warmer tone. But I thought because I've got the red and the brown, that will go sort of, will offset it with a bit more of a bluey lighter type of thing. But Goosebumps and green do match well. Emo. Alrighty. Fantastic. We'll keep the red for when we read something else. All right. Yes. Well, I can't see without my glasses, so get them on. Ah, no. The lens has popped out. I need to get a new pair, so this stops happening. Oh, no. There we go. All right, now let's try that again. There we go. Fantastic. It was the best of times. It was the worst of 9 days later. Salem. Alrighty, so now you can still hear me. We're still all good. Yep, lines are moving. Fantastic. The other thing is I don't think I can see when there's redeems, but I mean there shouldn't be redeems for anything really except for maybe hydrating. But and I can check the what's calls. I need to make sure I turn things off or something. But anyway, give yourself goosebumps. Reader beware. You choose the scare. Number 1, escape from the carnival of horrors. It's all the covers of these ones are like sparkly, nice. Okay. Beware. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Welcome to the Carnival of Horrors. This is. I feel like you should be slightly down because I'm looking down as I'm reading. Hold up. Fish cakes. Let me lower you a little bit. Alright. Hopefully that's going to be okay. And hopefully you don't keep hearing the squeaking of the chair. It squeaks a lot. This is no ordinary carnival. Here you'll find awesome rides, exciting games of chance, and the weirdest freak show ever. Do you dare to enter? Are you brave enough to risk the supersonic space coaster? Will you know whom to trust, the snake lady or the three-headed man? Can you make it through the House of Horrors alive? The problem is I can't move the book up, otherwise it'll hit the flippin' microphone. This scary adventure is all about you. And you decide how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1, then follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. If you make the right choices, you'll escape from the spine-tingling carnival of horrors in time. If you make the wrong choices, beware. So take a long, deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 to give yourself goosebumps. Okay, Lurk and Beerback already know worries, Viking. Do. Okay, hold up. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Ish, now there's a shadow. There we go. What do you want to do? I don't know, Paddy. What do you want to do? Not fair, Brad. I asked you first. Brad and Patty, your two best friends, arguing as usual. It's the last week of August, and Patty and Brad haven't stopped fighting since your summer vacation started. Patty likes being bossy. You don't mind, though. It's no big deal. It's hard to win a fight with her anyway. You don't know why Brad even tries. You guess it's because he doesn't want to look like a wimp in front of a girl. There's nothing to do. I guess I'll just go home, Brad says. He shoves his hands in his pockets, then his shoulders slump and he sort of shrivels up. You guess Brad is kind of a wimp, even if he is your best friend. You're so boring, Brad, Patty complains. Whenever Patty complains, her freckles really pop out. Now there are about 1,000,000 of them spread across her face. Hey, I know what we should do, Patty suddenly bursts out. We don't get a choice with this one. Go to page 2. Alright, we're not going to do the glasses because it's too problematic and it's hurting my neck. Let's bike over to Bennett's Field and watch them set up the carnival. I don't know, you answer. It's getting dark and Mum said I have to be in by 9. It's only a quick bike ride, Brad says. Are you some kind of wimp? Brad, calling you a wimp? You can't believe it. Okay, you agree. But if it's as bad as last year, there won't be much to see. Don't you remember the main attraction, you remind them? The ride they called Terror Track? It turned out to be a baby choo-choo train that circled around and around and around. It doesn't matter what you say. Patty's made up her mind. You're going to ride over to the carnival. A hot, humid breeze blows in your face as you pedal along. Patty's in the lead, no surprise, and Brad's puffing behind you. It's dark by the time you reach Bennett's Field. You and your friends drop your bikes in the grass and race across the moonlit field toward the huge wooden fence that surrounds the carnival. To take a closer look, page 3. Alright, team, we gotta make some good choices. Oh yeah, goodbye prop glasses. Well, I mean, they're not prop glasses, they're real glasses. Which is why it's problematic. Because I don't have bad eyesight. I mean, I do when I look through them. We have our first choice coming up. As you reach the carnival entrance, you'll hear music coming from inside. There we go. Give us some music. That's probably not the music inside of a carnival, but not the usual corny organ stuff that always plays, but some really strange music. It sounds familiar and totally new at the same time. Brad stretches his neck to try to peer over the fence, but no luck. The fence is way too high. Patty jiggles the padlock on the door. It's sealed shut. I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow night when the carnival opens, Brad says. No way, Patty says. Let's climb the fence now. Are you crazy? Brad says. We'll get caught. Come on, there's probably no one in there, Patty replies. Your friends turn to you to cast the deciding vote. You glance at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. If you're going to get home in time, you should start back now. What are you going to do? If you decide to go home, turn to page 10. If you climb the fence to get inside, turn to page 6. Are we going to go home or are we going to climb inside? But you don't need glasses. Yes, but they're still real glasses. Pretty close. Climb it. All right, we're going to climb it. Page 6. Now, hopefully someone keeps track of the choices we make. In case we don't make it out first time, then we've got to reverse time and try again. Let's do it, you say to your friends. Let's climb the fence. Patty is halfway up before you finish speaking. You let Brad go next. You're last. It's a hard climb up. There's really no place on the fence to get a good grip, but you make it to the top, swing your legs over and tumble down. You land on the grass. You're inside. You and your friends gaze around. It's pretty dark. The only light comes from torches. At first, the carnival looks the same as it always does. Dinky rides, hot dog wagons. Then the lights start to flicker on in every corner of the field. The rides start to move. It's as if the whole place is magically coming to life. Hey, look at that giant roller coaster, you exclaim, pointing up ahead. They never had a roller coaster before. Yeah, Brad agrees. And the whole place is a lot bigger than last year. This is awesome, Patty says as she sprints towards the rides. Race over to page 7. You and Brad take off after Patty. You all stop in front of the roller coaster. Wow, Patty says as she gazes up at it. It's like a rocket to outer space. Beyond the roller coaster, you spy a castle surrounded by a moat and a spooky-looking haunted house sitting high atop a hill. These are the coolest rides I've ever seen, you say. They still have that dumb That dumb tutu train. That dumb choo-choo train over there, you point out. But we could ride this stuff all night and never go near it. Patty grabs your arm and tugs you over to the other side of the carnival, to the midway. Brad races after you. Hey, where are all those dinky wooden booths from last year? You ask as you gawk at the amazing games of chance. They're gone, and in their place are giant video games and huge spinning wheels studded with hundreds of blinking coloured lights. Get a load of that, Brad suddenly cries out. You and Patty spin around. You can't believe what you see. Be more amazed on page 87. Whew. No, that's not right. I got a bunch of pages here with dog ears that I've turned over for whatever reason. From who knows when. I mean, not whatever reason. They're gonna be pages with options, but at what point in the history of the past 30 or so plus years? Yeah, 30 plus. Hold up. 25, 30. It actually was this one. Does it have a year? 25. 30. Yeah, okay, just actual 30, not 30 plus. 30. I was almost right. 30 years. 87, right? Fish. Hold up. Yep. Fish. Can't see chat when the bot does stuff, though. Be funny if the only way to stay alive is to just go home. You're staring at a sign that reads World's Freakiest Freak Show. The three of you gape at the pictures. There's the three-headed man with the ugliest collection of faces you've ever seen, and the snake lady, a young blonde girl with the beautiful face and the body of a slithering snake. This is, you start to say, but you don't finish, because a large hand has come down on your shoulder, hard. You slowly turn and gaze up at a huge man with shoulders wider than a refrigerator. He has coal black eyes with a thick moustache to match. He looks strong enough and mean enough to pitch you over the fence with one hand. What are you doing? His deep voice booms. You're not allowed in here, he says, pointing directly at you. We're sorry, you say, hoping you appear sorry and not just scared. We wanted to look around, that's all, but we'll leave right now. His eyes stare into yours. He clamps both hands down on your shoulders and says, You're not going anywhere. Uh-oh. Quick, better turn to page 4. Well, what do you mean? Brad asks, trembling all over. I just had an idea. A great idea, the man replies. I want you kids to stay and try out the rides before the grand opening tomorrow. Patty's eyes open wide. Cool, she says. Are you sure it's all right with the owner? You ask. I'm Big Al, the manager, and what I say around here goes. Big Al digs around in his checkered jacket and pulls out 3 maps. He hands one to each of you. Study them carefully, he says. If you have any questions, ask them now. Your eyes fall upon the map. You have a question, but when you gaze up, Big Al is gone. He's vanished. A whole carnival to ourselves, Patty exclaims. Where should we start? You stare down at your map once again. You notice that the carnival is split in half. On one side are the rides, tons of them. On the other side is the midway, packed with games of chance and the freak show. What will you try first? To go on the rides, turn to page 34. To check out the midway, turn to page 77. We're going to try the rides? Or we're going to head on over to the midway with the games of chance and the freak show? Make your decision now. Cast your vote. Rides, rides. Everyone wants the rides. Alrighty. 34. Let's go on the rides first, you say. That roller coaster looked awesome. Okay, Patty agrees. Over this way, she yells as she charges over to it. When you reach the rides, you can only stare in amazement. These are the most fantastic rides you've ever seen. The towering roller coaster, the soaring speedboats, the twisty slides. Everyone is in motion, whizzing, whirling, doing loop-the-loops. And they're all empty. No riders, no people in line. Cool, Patty exclaims. We have the whole place to ourselves. Brad's face turns a little green as his gaze swings from the supersonic space coaster to the doom slide. Do you think they have rides that don't go upside down? He asks. Come on, let's check out the coaster, Patty calls to you and Brad. Then they run off to its starting gate. You stop and crane your neck to gaze up at the coaster's first hill, and you gasp. Quick, go to page 47. The tracks stretch up so high that they seem to touch the clouds. Your gaze follows one of the cars speeding around a sharp curve. It looks like the space shuttle. You notice that it has a safety harness that locks over your body. You've seen those before. They keep you in when the ride turns upside down. You didn't want to admit it before, but like Brad, riding upside down is not your favorite thing. Still, the coaster does look amazing. One part enters a tunnel, and you can see that the cars go fast. Really fast. You're just about to walk through the space coaster gate when you hear spooky organ music coming from behind you. You turn around. Looming in the distance is a dark and creepy haunted house. You gaze down at your map. It's called the Little House of Horrors. You love haunted houses, and this one really looks scary. Now you're not sure what to do. You won't have time for everything. The coaster or the haunted house. Decide now. If you decide to join Patty and Brad on the space coaster, get on board. Head to page 26. If you want to go to the House of Horrors alone, go to page 64. Alrighty, so we can go on the roller coaster with our friends, or we can go alone to the House of Horrors. Oh, a haunted house in a spooky book. I'm sure that will be safe. Haunted house? Ho ho ho. Where are we? 64. All right. Split the party. Yeah, I mean, then at least like 2/3 of the group might survive, or 1/3 of the group, right? Maybe. Hopefully it's the group that we are. This one already has a little mark on it. The House of Horrors. You have to see it. You just have to. I'll catch up with you guys later, you call to Patty and Brad. I'm going to check out the haunted house. You glance down at your map for directions. The rickety wooden bridge over to your left appears to lead straight there. As you start across the bridge, the wooden planks creak under your feet. Then the bridge begins to sway. You look down, way down. The bridge spans a deep rocky gorge. Gulping, you grab the handrail. You move slowly. A strong wind blows up from the canyon below. The bridge is swaying wildly now, tossing from side to side. A massive spear of lightning splits the sky. Thunder rumbles so loudly you jump and lose your balance. Help! You scream as you tumble right over the side and plunge towards the jagged rocks below. Wow! How can you save yourself? Make a grab for the sides of the bridge? Or flap your arms and try to fly? Is there already almost getting us killed? Alright, we're going to try and grab the side of the bridge, or are we going to try and fly like a flippin' bird? And I am back. Welcome back, Viking. It is good that you have returned to us. Safe and sound. Grab the bridge? Alrighty. 46. You're falling. Everything passes as if you're dropping in slow motion. Is this the end? Yes. It actually says that. And we're dead. Wow. Flying seems cool. Just the landing is difficult. Grip grab. Yeah, well, that didn't work out. And we're dead. And that's one of 3, because we're doing 3 at most. We've got 3 lives. That's 1 life down. So, well, how long did that go? How long was that run? We did not last very long. All right, the choice is in Discord for us. Fantastic. No, and that's the end of stream. The end. Well, I was thinking maybe I should make this. We have 1 life. We do it as a what do they call it? Hardcore mode. 1 life, permadeath. But we've not had good luck so far with this book. So maybe let's not do permadeath ones just yet. All right, we'll start it again, and let's see if we can go further. But we have 3 lives, so we have 2 left. We can skip the whatchamacall one. We're all good. Alrighty. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to life number 2. Second chance. What do you want to do? I don't know, Patty. What do you want to do? Not fair, Brad. I asked you first. Patty and Brad, your 2 best friends, arguing, as usual. It's the last week of August, and Patty and Brad haven't stopped fighting since your summer vacation started. Patty likes being bossy. You don't mind, though. It's no big deal. It's hard to win a fight with her anyway. You don't know why Brad even tries. You guess it's because he doesn't want to look like a wimp in front of a girl. There's nothing to do. I guess I'll just go home, Brad says. He shoves his hands in his pockets. Then his shoulders slump, and he sort of shrivels up. You guess Brad is kind of a wimp, even if he is your best friend. You're so boring, Brad, Patty complains. Whenever Patty complains, her freckles really pop out. Now there are about 1 million of them spread across her face. Hey, I know what we should do, Patty suddenly bursts out. Let's bike over to Bennett's Field and watch them set up the carnival. I don't know, you answer. It's getting dark, and Mum said I have to be in by 9. It's only a quick bike ride, Brad says. Are you some kind of wimp? Brad, calling you a wimp? You can't believe it. Okay, you agree. But if it's as bad as last year, there won't be much to see. Don't you remember the main attraction? You remind them. The ride they called Terror Track, it turned out to be a baby choo-choo train that circled around and around and around. It doesn't matter what you say. Patty's made up her mind. You're going to ride over to the carnival. A hot, humid breeze blows in your face as you pedal along. Patty's in the lead, no surprise, and Brad's puffing behind you. It's dark by the time you reach Bennett's Field. You and your friends drop your bikes in the grass and race across the moonlit field toward the huge wooden fence that surrounds the carnival. To take a closer look, turn to page 3. Oh, it's just next there. As you reach the carnival entrance, you hear music coming from inside. So it'd be handy if I, knew more about the book. I could have things fit up and the production level that could go into this could be fantastic. There's so much work, and I'd have to read the book beforehand and know everything, so I'm not going to be doing that. Not the usual corny organ stuff that always plays, but some really strange music. It sounds familiar and totally new at the same time. Brad stretches his neck to try to peer over the fence, but no luck. The fence is way too high. Patty jiggles the padlock on the door. It's sealed shut. I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow night when the carnival opens, Brad says. No way, Patty says. Let's climb the fence now. Are you crazy? Brad says. We'll get caught. Come on, there's probably no one in there, Patty replies. Your friends turn to you to cast the deciding vote. You glance at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. If you're going to get home in time, you should start back now. What are you going to do? If you decide to go home, we turn to page 10. If you climb the fence to get inside, turn to page 6. Are we going to go home, or are we going to climb over the fence again? Go inside. 20 minutes. Notes for Goosebumps. Run 1. We climb the fence. Rides. Haunted house. Grab the bridge. Don't climb the fence. Go home. Alrighty. Decide to go home. Page 10. You've decided not to sneak into the carnival? You're going home instead? Well, it's a good thing. Patty usually makes all the decisions. Otherwise, you'd never have any fun, and this book would be over before it began. Go ahead, take a deep breath, then go climb the fence. You're not scared, are you? You don't get a choice. We now have to go to page 6 anyway. We tried. The book will not let us. Now we have to go back to 6. It's one of those, questions. Yeah, illusion of choice, exactly. Let's do it, you say to your friends. Let's climb the fence. Patty is halfway up before you finish speaking. You let Brad go next. You're last. It's a hard climb up. There's really no place on the fence to get a good grip, but you make it to the top, swing your legs over, and tumble down. You land on the grass. You're inside. You and your friends gaze around. It's pretty dark. The only light comes from torches. At first, the carnival looks the same as it always does. Dinky rides, hot dog wagons. Then the lights start to flicker on in every corner of the field. The rides start to move. It's as if the whole place is magically coming to life. Hey, look at that giant roller coaster, you exclaim, pointing up ahead. They never had a roller coaster before. Yeah, Brad agrees. And the whole place is a lot bigger than last year. This is awesome, Patty says as she sprints towards the rides. You and Brad take off after Patty. You all stop in front of the roller coaster. Wow, Patty says as she gazes up at it. It's like a rocket to outer space. Beyond the roller coaster, you spy a castle surrounded by a moat, and a spooky-looking haunted house sitting high atop a hill. These are the coolest rides I've ever seen, you say. They still have that dumb choo-choo train over there, you point out, but we could ride this stuff all night and never go near it. Patty grabs your arm and tugs you over to the other side of the carnival, to the midway. Brad races after you. Hey, where are all those dinky wooden booths from last year? You ask as you gawk at the amazing games of chance. They're gone, and in their place are giant video games and huge spinning wheels studded with hundreds of blinking coloured lights. Get a load of that, Brad suddenly cries out. You and Patty spin around. You can't believe what you see. Be more amazed at 87. You're staring at a sign that reads World's Freakiest Freak Show. The three of you gape at the pictures. There's the three-headed man with the ugliest collection of faces you've ever seen, and the snake lady, a young blonde girl with a beautiful face and the body of a slithering snake. This is, you start to say, but you don't finish, because a large hand has come down on your shoulder. Hard. You slowly turn and gaze up at a huge man with shoulders wider than a refrigerator. He has coal black eyes with a thick moustache to match. He looks strong enough and mean enough to pitch you over the fence with one hand. What are you doing? His deep voice booms. You're not allowed in here, he says, pointing directly at you. We're sorry, you say, hoping you appear sorry and not just scared. We wanted to look around, that's all, but we'll leave right now. His eyes stare into yours. He clamps both hands down on your shoulders and says, You're not going anywhere. Whoa. Woo. What do you mean? Brad asks, trembling all over. I just had an idea. A great idea, the man replies. I want you kids to stay and try out the rides before the grand opening tomorrow. Patty's eyes open wide. Cool, she says. Are you sure it's all right with the owner, you ask? I'm Big Al, the manager, and what I say around here goes. Big Al digs around in his checkered jacket and pulls out 3 maps. He hands one to each of you. Study them carefully, he says. If you have any questions, ask them now. Your eyes fall upon the map. You have a question, but when you gaze up, Big Al is gone. He's vanished. A whole carnival to ourselves, Patty exclaims. Where should we start? You stare down at your map once again. You notice that the carnival is split in half. On one side are the rides, tons of them. On the other side is the midway, packed with games of chance and the freak show. What will you try first? To go on the rides, turn to page 34. To check out the midway, turn to page 77. Are we going to go to the rides again, or are we going to go to the midway? Okay, then going forward, chose the lowest number in pages. Seems most logical? Did I miss a choice after the go home? No, not yet. This is the choice after going home, I believe. So, do we go to the rides once more? Or do we head to the midway with the games of chance and the freak show? Midway. All right, everyone, okay. 77. I went too far. Oh. Oh. Let's head for the midway and play some games, you say. You, Patty, and Brad jog down a wide avenue. Tents of every colour line the street. Carnival music blares from loudspeakers. You spot a green neon sign flashing above a yellow striped tent. The sign reads, Madame Zeno, fortune teller. Excellent, you exclaim. I'm going in. You tell your friends you'll catch up with them in a minute. You lift the tent flap. Inside, one small candle flickers in the dark. You hear a low voice call out, Enter my chamber. There is Madame Zeno, sitting in the shadows. She wears a long red dress dotted with brightly coloured gems. They shimmer in the candlelight. Her black hair tumbles to her shoulders as she bends over a large crystal ball. Welcome, she whispers. Then she reaches out and gently lifts your hand. Tell me. Let me tell you your future. Don't tell me your future. Let me tell you your future. To find your future, we go to the next page. Madame Zeno studies your hand closely. She traces the lines in your hand with her soft fingers. I see horror in your future, in your immediate future, she warns. What kind of horror? You stammer. What do you mean? Madame Zeno releases your hand. She picks up a strange deck of cards. She spreads them out on the table. You notice the cards have pictures. A headless man, a bloody sword, a large evil eye. She gathers up all the cards and flips the deck over. Then she deals out a red card and a blue card. Turn over one, she commands. Learn your fate. Pick the red or pick the blue? Are we picking the red card or are we picking the blue card? Taking the red pill, taking the blue pill. We're going to wake up. Oh gosh. I think that's red. It looks pink. But it could just be the screen. Pink's close to the red anyway. That is definitely not blue. So we're going red then. You reach out slowly and touch the red card. To your amazement, a 3D heart magically appears and rises from the flat surface. Then it starts to beat. The-dum, the-dum. It must be some fancy optical illusion. You lean closer to figure out the trick. Yow! You screech and jerk back to avoid the warm red liquid that nearly squirts in your eye. Is it blood? It looks like blood. Wow! Cool effect, you say. How did you do it? Turn over the card, Madame Zeno orders. Do it, now. Madame Zeno really gets into her act. Doesn't she know this is just a game, you think? But you do as you're told. Big deal. No weird pictures. No hidden fortunes. All you see are the numbers 1, 3, 2, shimmering in gold script against a midnight background. What does it mean, you ask? You will know when the time is right, the fortune teller whispers. You will know when the time is right, the fortune teller whispers. Her voice is so low you can barely hear her. It could save your life. What does she mean? Let's turn to page 1 to find out. What do you mean the magic number could save my life? You ask Madame Zeno. But the fortune teller doesn't answer. She stares off into space. She seems to have fallen into a deep trance. You don't really believe her. These fortune tellers are all fake. But you memorize the number anyway. 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. I picked red instead of blue. Chant to help you remember. Madame Zeno puts the card back in the deck. She closes her eyes and waves you away with her jeweled hand. You guess the fortune telling is over, so you leave the tent and search for Patty and Brad. You squint under the bright lights of the Midway, scanning all the game booths, but you can't find them. You're trying to figure out which way to go when you spot Big Al coming toward you. He's not alone. He's leading a large group of people. As they come closer, you hear what they are chanting. You hear that they are chanting something. What is it? Play or pay. Play or pay. What does that mean? Let's turn to page 16 to find out. Hi, you say to Big Al. Who are all these people? He doesn't really answer your question. Welcome to the Carnival of Horrors, he says. You must play or pay. We have many games on our Midway. You must play too. He practically spits the word must out. If you succeed, you can win prizes. But if you lose, you pay with your life. Boy, he's really laying it on thick, you think. But it's a pretty cool gimmick. Okay, I'll play a game, then I've got to go home. No one goes home, Big Al says, until they play. You must play 2 games and survive. Okay, you mutter to yourself. You glance around the Midway at the 2 closest games. Guess. There's a cat at the door making noises. You glance around at the Midway at the 2 closest games. Guess your weight on Mars and the Wheel of Chance. You have to pick one to start, or you'll never get out of here. Are we going to guess your weight on Mars, or are we going to play Wheel of Chance? It's red. 1, 3, 2. Now you know why it's the daredevils that die first in horror movies. Guessing your weight, we go to page 72. Wheel of Chance, we go to page 8. I thought I heard a meow. Yeah. Wheel of Chance. Mars, wheel. Oh, alrighty, 2 wheels. We'll go to wheel. Page 8. You wander over to the Wheel of Chance and immediately notice 2 strange things. First, you read the sign on the booth. It says Wheel of No Chance. Then you hear the barker's voice calling, "Step right up, but there's no one there. No one but a green and yellow parrot. Excuse me, you say, hoping someone will answer. Is this game open? No, I'm standing by this wheel for my health, the parrot cracks. Now, do you want to spin or what? The parrot is obviously annoyed. Mammals, he mutters. Can't live with them, can't live without them. You steal a glance around. Maybe you should skip this game. The big owl sneaks up behind you. Spin, he says. You must earn enough points to win. But how will I know if I have enough points, you ask? Spin. It's his final word. Go to page 9. Well, fiddlesticks. All right. We're not dead. Here's how to spin. Close your eyes and twirl your finger over the wheel on this page. Then let your finger land somewhere on the wheel. Look at the number you've landed on. Go to that page next. What? Pardon me. Quick, go to the page you landed on. Or, if you land on spin again, spin again. Okay. Instead, what I'm going to do... Party parrot. Barb. We can have meows and shoes. What I was going to say is that I'll number them, and then you just pick a number, because you don't know what the things are. I can see what they are. I'll give you some numbers. You give me a number, we pick it, and if it's spin again, we'll pick a number. So we'll go 1 to 8. Pick between 1 to 8. Three. That's spin again. Meowson, choose a number from 1 to 8. 1. Let's see what Meowson comes up with. Wow. We'll go with Colorful Lily's 1 though, and see if she kills us, or if she saves us. Right. Got a winner, the parrot squawks. You've won 25 points, plus anything you want in the prize room. Step this way. Eagerly, you follow the bird into a storeroom behind the booth. It's packed with the weirdest assortment of junk you've ever seen. Dusty old catalogues, stuffed rats, a collection of axes, and portraits of headless people holding their own heads. So pick something, it's getting late, the parrot says. Not this garbage, you think. Then you spot a shelf of small cans with bright labels. Clay and Glow, Clay Slime, and Monster Blood. Monster Blood? Hey, isn't that the magic stuff you read about in Goosebumps? I'll take the Monster Blood, you decide. Excellent choice, the parrot remarks. As you quickly leave the room with your prize, you wonder, is 25 points enough? What do you do next? If you want to spin again for more points, we go to page 9. If you haven't played Guess Your Weight on Mars yet, we can go play that. Or, if you haven't played Guess Your Weight on Mars, if you have played Guess Your Weight on Mars, go to do-do-do-do. All right, well, we haven't played Mars, so having is not an option. So, do we want to spin again, or do we want to go play Guess Your Weight on Mars? I picked based on the fortune teller. Ah. But see, normally with the thing, you're meant to close your eyes and do it at random. Because there are no actual number of thingies on it. You could have actually started number 1 at the one prior to it. But, alright, so we're going to go to Mars. Well, we're not going to Mars, but we're guessing our weight on Mars. If you haven't played Guess Your Weight on Mars, yep, okay. 72. We're definitely getting further this time. You step up to the Guess Your Weight on Mars booth. A woman in a spacesuit monitors motions you inside a gate. You pass through and find yourself in the middle of a courtyard that looks just like a miniature launching site, complete with its own rocket. Security check, the lady says as she presses your hand onto a fake scanner. So how does this game work, you ask? I'll guess how much you weigh on Mars, she exclaims. Then you'll enter the planet's simulation chamber and stand on the scale. If I'm stumped by more than 1 pound up or down, you win a giant candy bar. What if you guess right? The space lady doesn't say anything at first. She just smiles. A nasty smile. Then she answers, "You lose," is all she says. Now we go to page 18. Whoa, all the way back over here. The space lady slowly circles you as she sizes you up from head to toe. I think you weigh 38 pounds. 38 pounds? Boy, are you wrong. I'm never wrong, she says, smirking. She snaps her fingers and two enormous guards appear. They each take one of your arms and drag you out of the courtyard. I don't weigh 38 pounds, you yell, but then you remember, it isn't your weight on Earth that matters. It's your weight on Mars. Do you weigh 38 pounds on Mars? You better find out quickly, because something tells you that what Big Al said about having to survive might be true. Weigh in on page 134. Well, there's our highest page. Oh, too far. Oh, wow. It's almost at the flipping end of the book. 134, yep. You've got to figure out what you weigh on Mars, fast. But how? You're about to give up when you notice a flashing sign. It reads, "The gravity on Mars is almost 40% of what it is on Earth." Okay, now you can figure it out. Multiply your real Earth weight by 4, now drop off the last digit. For example, if you weigh 90 pounds, 90 times 4 equals 360. Dropping off the last digit, you get 36 for your weight on Mars. If you don't want to do the math, you can leave it to luck. Just guess. If you think your Mars weight is 37 to 39, we head to page 53. If you think your Mars weight is less than 37 or more than 39, go to page 22. No, old glob math. Does this look like a math class? Alrighty, so we got to remember we're kids climbing fences, getting into mischief, riding bikes. Also, I have no idea because it's flipping pounds. If it was kilos, it'd be different. So yeah. Wait, what is our character's weight? Well, yeah. So what's you got to think of how much did you weigh in pounds when you were the age of riding bikes and climbing fences to go to carnivals? When you had a best friend, Brad, and another friend, Stacy? Sharon? Patty. I don't do pounds. Un momento. How old are we? I'm gonna say between 12 to 14, maybe. The guess was 33. I'm gonna say 32 pounds. Would the weight on Mars? So our Earth weight then would be, well, I mean, then you've got to. So 32 is between 37 to 39. All right, so we're gonna go with Earth weight 80. I would have been around 100 pounds at that age. Mars, 32. All right, so we're going to go with 32. We're going to leave this one up to Quasimodo. Colorful Willy kept us alive so far with the wheel spin one. Where is it? 32 is going to be 53. All right, here we go. Oh no! You think the space lady guessed right. Now what's going to happen? The two guards shove you into the space chamber. It's a clear, narrow tube that rises farther up than you can see. As the door slams shut behind you, one of the guards barks, "Get on the scale!" You step up on the scale, and it shows just how right the space lady's guess was. You press the chamber door release, but it's stuck. You try again. It doesn't budge. Maybe it's locked from the other side. "Hey, I can't get out," you yell to the guards, but they simply wave. "Hey, let me out." Now you're mad. "Let me out." All at once, the room starts to shake and rattle. The thrust of powerful rocket ignites. Engines echo in your ears. It sounds as if you're being launched into space. But that's impossible, isn't it? Go to bench 40. Doesn't say anything fancy, just bench 40. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. A mechanical voice announces. To your horror, the rocket blasts off. You're slammed against the side of the capsule with hurricane force. Seconds later, you've left Earth's atmosphere. A recorded message comes on. "Congratulations! You were the perfect weight for our Mars Explorer. We'll be monitoring your trip and we'll bring you back in approximately 20 years. With a plus or minus 10-year margin of error in case something goes wrong. But do not worry, nothing can go wrong. Go wrong. Go wrong." The end. Wow. Quasimodo just killed us. And that is our second life gone. We have one life left. We did pretty good that time. Whoa. 40% of 95 is 38. So she's guessing we weigh 95 pounds, which is 43 kilos. I think that was probably around about what I was back then, I think. I don't like that we don't know the weight of the character. Dang, my bad. I don't like that one. Well, I mean, that's why it was a bit of a range, because I think it's more meant up to, because it says you, like, what is your weight? And I think it's meant for, you know, that's why it's actually, even though the weight guessing lady said a specific number, the page that you go to that says she's right is actually, you know, within a weight range thing. And I think it's meant to be basically, yeah, if you're of close enough to that, then you're going to Mars. Of the reader. So, in hindsight, we should have actually probably done it of what our weights are at the moment, which is going to be higher than what a near baby's weight was, and then we would have gone to a different page. And because it's apparently they only send young kids, but not too young kids, to Mars. But did we say she was right? Why didn't we get away then? Okay, again, Lurkenberry already, so we should have said not right, because then she would have been wrong. And thank you very much, Pinecone, for that follow. Very much appreciated. I hope that you're going well and wonderful today. Alrighty. Our third and final time, our last chance to make it through. What do you want to do? I don't know, Patty. What do you want to do? Not fair, Brad. I asked you first. Brad, I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit. So, um, not fair, Brad. I asked you first. Patty and Brad, your two best friends, arguing as usual. It's the last week of August, and Patty and Brad haven't stopped fighting since. Is the flippin' alert very late? It's the last week of August, and Patty and I don't know why it's so delayed on this one. It's the last week of August, and Patty and Brad haven't stopped fighting since your summer vacation started. Patty likes being bossy. You don't mind, though. It's no big deal. It's hard to win a fight with her anyway. You don't know why Brad even tries. You guess it's because he doesn't want to look like a wimp in front of a girl. There's nothing to do. I guess I'll just go home, Brad says. He shoves his hands in his pocket, then his shoulders slump and he sort of shrills up. You guess Brad is kind of a wimp, even if he is your best friend. You're so boring, Brad, Patty exclaims. Whenever Patty complains, her freckles really pop out. Now there's about 1,000,000 of them spread across her face. Hey, I know what we should do, Patty suddenly bursts out. Let's bike over to Bennett's Field and watch them set up the carnival. I don't know, you answer. It's getting dark, and Mum said I have to be in by 9. It's only a quick bike ride, Brad says. Are you some kind of wimp, Brad? Calling you a wimp? You can't believe it. Okay, you agree. But if it's as bad as last year, there won't be much to see. Don't you remember the main attraction? You remind them? The ride they called Terror Track? It turned out to be a baby choo-choo train that circled around and around and around. It doesn't matter what you say. Patty's made up her mind. You're going to ride over to the carnival. A hot, humid breeze blows in your face as you pedal along. Patty's in the lead, no surprise, and Brad's puffing behind you. It's dark by the time you reach Bennett's Field. You and your friends drop your bikes in the grass and race across the moonlit field toward the huge wooden fence that surrounds the carnival. As you reach the carnival entrance, you hear music coming from inside. I'm not gonna do the thing. Not the usual corny organ stuff they always play, but some really strange music. It sounds familiar and totally new at the same time. Brad stretches his neck to try to peer over the fence, but no luck. The fence is way too high. Patty jiggles the padlock on the door. It's sealed shut. I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow night when the carnival opens, Brad says. No way, Patty says. Let's climb the fence now. Are you crazy? Brad says. We'll get caught. Come on, there's probably no one in there, Patty replies. Your friends turn to you to cast the deciding vote. You glance at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. If you're going to get home in time, you should start back now. What are you going to do? Are we going to go home or are we going to climb the fence? No, it's for Goosebumps. Run 2. Go home. Illusion of choice. Midway. Red card. Wheel of chance. Spun the wheel and did one. Went to guess weight on Mars. We think the guesser is right. We get sent to Mars. Death. Climb the fence. Alrighty, no worries. Now, you killed us last time you made a choice, Quasimodo, so let's see. We're climbing the fence. I went to the wrong page. Page 6. There we go. Oh, you're lucky. Let's do it, you say to your friends. Let's climb the fence. Patty is halfway up before you finish speaking. You let Brad go next. You're last. It's a hard climb up. There's really no place on the fence to get a good grip, but you make it to the top. Swing your legs over and tumble down. You land on the grass. You're inside. You and your friends gaze around. It's pretty dark. The only light comes from torches. At first, the carnival looks the same as it always does. Dinky rides, hot dog wagons, then the lights start to flicker on in every corner of the field. The rides start to move. It's all as if the whole place is magically coming to life. Hey, look at that giant roller coaster, you exclaim, pointing up ahead. They never had a roller coaster before. Yeah, Brad agrees. And the whole place is a lot bigger than last year. This is awesome, Patty says as she sprints towards the rides. You and Brad take off the take off after Patty. You all stop in front of the roller coaster. Wow, Patty says as she gazes up at it. It's like a rocket to outer space. Beyond the roller coaster, you spy a castle surrounded by a moat and a spooky looking haunted house sitting high atop a hill. These are the coolest rides I've ever seen, you say. They still have that dumb choo-choo train over there, you point out, but we could ride this stuff all night and never go near it. Patty grabs your arm and tugs you over to the other side of the carnival, to the midway. Brad races after you. Hey, where are all those dinky wooden booths from last year? You ask as you gawk at the amazing games of chance. They're gone, and in their place are giant video games and huge spinning wheels studded with hundreds of blinking coloured lights. Get a load of that, Brad suddenly cries out. You and Patty spin around. You can't believe what you see. You can almost slow down. You're staring at a sign that reads World's Freakiest Freak Show. The three of you gape at the pictures. There's the three-headed man with the ugliest collection of faces you've ever seen, and the snake lady, a young blonde girl with a beautiful face and the body of a slithering snake. This is, you start to say, but you don't finish, because a large hand has come down on your shoulder. Hard. You slowly turn and gaze up at a huge man with shoulders wider than a refrigerator. He has coal black eyes with a thick moustache to match. He looks strong enough and mean enough to pitch you over the fence with one hand. What are you doing? His deep voice booms. You're not allowed in here, he says, pointing directly at you. We're sorry, you say, hoping you appear sorry and not just scared. We wanted to look around, that's all. But we'll leave right now. His eyes stare into yours. He clamps both hands down on your shoulders and says, You're not going anywhere. Woo. Well, what do you mean? Brad asks, trembling all over. I just had an idea. I just had an idea. A great idea, the man replies. I want you kids to stay and try out the rides before the grand opening tomorrow. Patty's eyes open wide. Cool, she says. Are you sure it's all right with the owner, you ask? I'm Big Al, the manager, and what I say around here goes. Big Al digs around his checkered jacket and pulls out 3 maps. He hands one to each of you. Study them carefully, he says. If you have any questions, ask them now. Your eyes fall upon the map. You have a question, but when you gaze up, Big Al is gone. He's vanished. A whole carnival to ourselves, Patty exclaims. Where should we start? You stare down at your map once again. You notice that the carnival is split in half. On one side are the rides, tons of them. On the other side, the midway, packed with games of chance and the freak show. What will you try first? Are we going to go to the rides or are we going to go to the midway? We've now done one on each and died one on each. So for our third and final life, are we going to go to the rides? Or are we going to go to the midway? With the games of chance and the freak show. It is really cold in here. The rides? Okie dokie. Let's go on the rides first, you say. That roller coaster looked awesome. Okay, Patty agrees. I gotta remember. Normal speed now. Over this way, she yells as she charges over to it. When you reach the rides, you can only... Oh, I gotta stop leaning so far forward though. When you reach the rides, you can only stare in amazement. These are the most fantastic rides you've ever seen. The towering roller coaster, the soaring speedboats, the twisty slides. Every one is in motion, whizzing, whirling, doing loop-the-loops, and they're all empty. No riders, no people in line. Cool, Patty exclaims. We have the whole place to ourselves. Brad's face turns a little green as his gaze swings from the supersonic space coaster to the doom slide. Do you think they have rides that don't go upside down? He asks. Come on, let's check out the coaster, Patty calls to you and Brad. Then they run off to the starting gate. You stop and crank your neck to gaze up at the coaster's first hill, and you gasp. The tracks stretch up so high that they seem to touch the clouds. Your gaze follows one of the cars speeding around a sharp curve. It looks like the space shuttle. You notice that it has a safety harness that locks over your body. You've seen those before. They keep you in when the ride turns upside down. You didn't want to admit it before, but, like Brad, riding upside down is not your favorite thing. Still, the coaster does look amazing. One part enters a tunnel, and you can see that the cars go fast. Really fast. You're just about to walk through the Space Coaster gate when you hear spooky organ music coming from behind you. You turn around. Looming in the distance is a dark and creepy haunted house. You gaze down at your map. It's called the Little House of Horrors. You love haunted houses, and this one really looks scary. Now you're not sure what to do. You won't have time for everything. The coaster or the haunted house? Decide now. Decide to join Patty and Brad on the Space Coaster? We'll go to 26. If you want to go to House of Horrors alone, go to 64. We'll go join our friends on the Space Coaster. Or we're going to try the haunted house by ourselves. I want to try flapping arms. My theory is that it will keep us safe, even though it seems dumb. Haunted house? Alrighty, here we go. Heading back on over to the haunted house. The House of Horrors. You have to see it. You just have to. I'll catch up with you guys later, you call to Patty and Brad. I'm going to check out the haunted house. You glance down at your map for directions. The rickety wooden bridge over to your left appears to lead straight there. As you start to cross the bridge, the wooden planks creak under your feet. Then the bridge begins to sway. You look down, way down. The bridge spans a deep, rocky gorge. Gulping, you grab the handrail. You move slowly. A strong wind blows up from the canyon below. The bridge is swaying wildly now, tossing from side to side. A massive spear of lightning splits the sky. Thunder rumbles so loudly you jump and lose your balance. Help! You scream as you tumble right over the side and plunge toward the jagged rocks below. How can you save yourself? Make a grab for the side of the bridge, turn to 46, flap your arms and try to fly, page 34. We're going to try grab the bridge, or we're going to try flap our arms and fly. I'm assuming, as Color said, flap the arms. Alrighty, here we go. Flappy, flappy. Here we go, page 30. You're falling. You can't think of anything else to do, so you start flapping your arms like a bird. At that moment, a huge gust of air shoots up from under you and blows you back onto the bridge. Breathing hard, you run the rest of the way across the rickety span. When you reach the safety of the other side, you glance back and gasp. The bridge and the midway beyond it have vanished. Only a black void remains. Wow! Awesome special effects. You cry out. Loud. But was your fall part of the special effects too? It didn't feel like it. You spin around to face the House of Horrors. Up close, it appears really, really creepy. Cobwebs drip down from its roof, and an eerie yellow light glows inside. Cool! Next to the house, you spot a sign that reads, Boat Trip to Nowhere. There are amazing speedboats that you can drive yourself. Which should you try first? Want to try the boat trip to nowhere? Go to page 88. Ready for the House of Horrors? Go to page 66. All right, we're gonna jump in a little boat, speedboat, and take a trip to nowhere. Or we're going into the haunted house. Wings, woo! So I don't know if the flap in the arms actually really did anything, because it was the gust of wind that blew us. But that must have been a big gust of wind. Go into the haunted house. Haunted house. We've come this far. Alrighty. 66. Going in to the haunted house. Cobwebs everywhere. You start up the brick path to the House of Horrors. Suddenly, someone sneaks up behind you and taps you on the shoulder. You spin around and jump back. Standing in front of you is a bony skeleton, and it talks. "Don't go in there," the skeleton says, "or you'll end up like me." You stare in terror at the hideous creature. Then you burst out laughing. "Wow, you guys really want to make the haunted house totally creepy. This is going to be great," you say. You're still chuckling as you push open the giant oak door of the House of Horrors. It swings back with a long, loud creak. You step inside and find yourself in a narrow hallway. The door slams shut behind you, and the hall turns darker than a starless night. "I can't even see my hands," you exclaim. You stumble ahead slowly, pressing your palms against the walls to guide you. When will this tunnel end? Look for a way out. Page 80. You turn a corner and are instantly blinded by glaring lights. You are standing in a room of mirrors. Walls, floor, ceiling, all mirrors. Everywhere you gaze, you are met with reflections of yourself. You take a step forward and bonk. You hit your head on solid glass. You move one step to the left, and a dozen copies of you move in that direction. Totally dizzy, you close your eyes. Maybe you can find the exit with your hands. Keeping your eyes shut, you walk until your palms hit against another glass wall. Then you hear a voice. "Come this way, over here," it calls. You walk toward the voice. Bonk. A solid wall again. Finally, your hands find an open doorway. It leads to a mirrored hallway that goes left and right. Which way will you go? If you decide to turn right, we go to 29. If you decide to turn left, we go to 118. Are we going left or are we going right? House of Horrors. Right. I mean, it's a House of Horrors that turned into a House of Mirrors. All right, we're going right. 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 Everyone's choosing right. Alrighty. 29. You stumble down the corridor to your right. As you peer from side to side, you are met with hundreds of images of you, and you look pretty baffled and scared. "Hey, I could use some help," you call out. Silence. You pound your fist against the wall. The wall starts to move, just an inch or two. An inch or two closer to you. You take a step back, but the wall behind you is moving too. The walls are moving together. They're closing in on you. You're going to be crushed. We gotta squeeze on over to 65. The walls are closing in faster now. You throw your arms out and try to push them away, but it's hopeless. You're going to be crushed like a bug. You suck in a deep breath. It could be the last breath you take. The floor opens beneath your feet. You drop down, down, down. A long, agonizing scream escapes from your throat as you tumble through space. Will you ever hit bottom? "Incoming player," you hear a commanding voice shout. "Stations, everybody!" A layer of webbing catches you like one of those nets trapeze artists use. Gasping, unable to understand what's happening, you bounce up and down. Bounce to page 31. You snap your head around to the right, where you hear footsteps coming towards you. You are facing a short man with wrinkly skin and bloodshot eyes. His bushy black hair resembles a scouring pad, and from the looks of it, it probably feels like one too. His evil expression makes you cringe, but he's nothing compared to the things in... But he's nothing compared to the things in back of him. Two 7-foot-tall monsters. One has blue horns and bulging red eyes. The other has scaly skin and an alligator snout that snaps open and closed as he sees you. The trio all wear lab coats, and from the eager way they're looking at you, you realize that you are the lab rat. You struggle to escape from the net, but you're trapped in the webbing, like a fly in a spider's web. "Welcome to my humble laboratory," the short man says. "I am Dr. Frankenstone, the mastermind who created the Carnival of Horrors. The Carnival of Horrors? You don't like the sound of that." Go to page 89. Well, we're surviving. Dr. Stone extends a long, bony hand to pull you from the net. When you peer into his face, his eyes roll up into his head. Pleased to meet you. No, this is him. Pleased to meet you, he rumbles. Did he say pleased to meet you or pleased to eat you? You're not sure, and you don't want to hang around to find out. I've got to get out of here, you think. And as the doctor lowers his hand a bit more, you wriggle your right foot free of the netting. If you give him one hard kick in the stomach, maybe you can make a run for the door. But what about the monsters? Can you dodge them? You change your mind. I'll wait. Play it cool until at least one of the beasts leaves the room, you say to yourself. Then you change your mind again. No, I'd better make my escape now. The doctor looms inches away, and you're still not sure what to do. You better decide fast. Try to kick the doctor and run. Turn to page 79. Wait until one of the monsters leaves, and the odds are better than 3 against 1. Turn to 51. All right, we're going to kick the doctor in the stomach. We're going to give him a kick, or we're going to wait and wait for a better chance. The sun is coming up. Yeah. I don't think the sun's actually coming up yet. Like, it's not above the horizon, but yeah, we're definitely getting lighter. Spiders, maybe an arachnid warning. Kick him. Kick. Violence. Kick. Alrighty. We'll go try to kick the doctor. 79. The doctor leans over. He's so close now. His sour breath fills your nostrils. Then his fingertips brush your hand and pow! Your foot flies into his stomach. A direct hit, but nothing happens. He doesn't scream. He doesn't even moan. In fact, he doesn't seem to notice at all. He simply smiles at you. Now you're scared. Really scared. But you know you have to do whatever it takes to get out of there. You have to find your friends and escape from this carnival of horrors. You gather up every ounce of courage and strength you have and kick him once more, harder. And this time, something does happen. Big time. Turn to page 67 to find out what. Uh-oh, yeah, get him. 67. Ah, too far. Fish, too far. Not far enough. Thump! Your foot plows into the doctor's stomach again, but this time it smashes right through it and hits solid steel. The crunch of metal echoes in the room, along with the doctor's screams. Aye! He wails like a siren. You gaze into the gaping hole your sneaker made. Thousands of circuits and wires burn and crackle inside it. The doctor is a robot! Well, an ex-robot now. Your kick totally destroyed him. That's the good news. The bad news is headed for you. It's the monster with the blue horns and red bulging eyes. You scramble out of the net and dash towards the door. But the monster is too quick for you. His tentacle arms shoot out and snatch you. Giant suckers at the ends of his wrists circle your throat. You gasp for it. And thank you very much, Mom, for that follow. Very much appreciated. You gasp for air as the monster pins you against the wall. Can you free yourself from his oozing grasp? Try on page 91. The red-eyed beast leans against you now, pressing you hard against the wall. The monster moves his face close to yours. The jagged horns at the top of his head nick your cheeks. You can't bear it anymore. You bring your hand up with all your might and shove his face away from yours. As you watch in horror, the monster's head rolls off its neck. The head tumbles to the floor and lands at your feet. The eyes glance up at you, and you notice his hideous lips moving. That hurt, the head says. That really... He never finishes. You've destroyed another robot. Almost out of here, you whisper to yourself. Now all you have to do is slip by the crusty alligator snout creature guarding the door. You robots aren't so tough, you say to him, with fake bravery. Oh, really? The scaly beast croaks. Well, maybe not. But what makes you think that I am a robot? Ooh. Turn to page 122. The creature slides one step toward you, and with a burning stare says, I am not a robot. I am not going to shut down. So don't bother with any of your silly human tricks. You stare at him. You study him hard. Is he lying? Is he a robot like the other two? Or could he be a lot more dangerous? Dangerous. Your knees begin to tremble when you think about never going home, never seeing your family and friends ever again. Tears start to sting your eyes, angry tears. No carnival, not even a carnival of horrors, is going to defeat you. You stare deeply into the evil eyes of the creature hovering before you. Robot, real monster. You finally decide. If you think the creature is a robot, try to knock his head off. Page 81. If you think he's a real monster or something worse, stay cool. 110. Do we think he's a robot, or do we think this monster is the real monster? A robot. Oh, snap. That's exactly what a robot would say. I think this one got to be real. I don't trust the book. Real. Real deal. Alrighty. We think he's the real monster or something worse than a real monster slash not a robot. 110. Here we go. Something tells you that this monster is not a robot. This one is for real. Maybe it's the way he stares into your eyes, or maybe it's the rows of razor-sharp teeth jutting from his mouth. You take a step back. He takes a step closer. A drop of his drool drips on your hand. It sizzles and burns. This is the end, you figure. You'll never escape the carnival of horrors. Never see your family or Patty and Brad again. The monster lifts his gigantic clawed hand. He waves it over your head, and you wait for the searing pain as it plunges down to strike you. But that's not what happens. The monster slowly lowers his hand and clutches it at his own neck, and then pulls his own head off. And when you discover what's underneath, you know you're still in big trouble. Quick, head over to 133. Those eyes behind the alligator snout, those beady eyes, you should have recognized them before. It's Big Al. Hey, you did a great job here, he says warmly. You've really got the stuff for the carnival of horrors. Thanks, you mumble. But I really have to go home now. What's the rush? He asks, patting you on the shoulder. Aren't you having fun? Fun, you think? Crushed between solid walls, then attacked by a bulging-eyed monster? Fun? No, this isn't fun. This is weird. Yeah, it's been really great, but, I really do have to get home, you stammer. So if you'll, just take me to wherever Patty and Brad are and show us the way out, where we going? I'm afraid that isn't possible, Big Al says. Just open the door and you'll understand. You have no choice. You have to open the door and go to page 117. You open the door and enter a room bursting with people who seem to be waiting for you. You think that's weird until you study them and realize something even stranger. They're all dressed up in old-fashioned costumes. Welcome to the Carnival of Horrors, a tall woman with a red parasol says, smiling. Nice of you to join us. The Carnival of Horrors. The words send shivers down your spine. The woman with the parasol whispers in your ears. Don't you want to know the secret of the Carnival of Horrors? You nod yes. The Carnival of Horrors comes alive in a different place and a different time each night. Tonight we're in your town. Tomorrow we could be in another country. But every place we stop, we invite kids like you to join us. Thanks for the invitation, you say, but I gotta go. I'm sorry, the lady chuckles. You can never escape from the Carnival of Horrors, she says solemnly. Unless... Unless what? On page 106. Ruh-roh. Thanks, Big Al. Unless what? You scream. Tell me. You can escape the Carnival of Horrors if you leave before closing time.
When is closing time? You shoot back. When the last ride stops, the lady whispers. At midnight. You glance at your watch. 11:40. 20 minutes. That's not so bad. But how do you get out of here? And if the lady can read your mind, she said, as if the lady can read your mind, she says, there's only one right way. Then all around you, the crowd begins to chant, only one right way, only one right way. They repeat it over and over again. What is it, you scream? Which way? It's useless. They're not going to tell you. But it's not midnight yet. There's still time to figure it out. Until the floor begins to tremble, and the walls begin to shake. Earthquake! Turn to page 42. Whew. A wave of panic washes over you as the walls crumble around you. You throw your arms over your head and close your eyes. Then silence. The shaking stops. When you open your eyes, the room and all the costume people have vanished. And you are outside, in the rides area. But the biggest surprise of all is that you spot Patty and Brad. Oh, boy, am I glad to see you, you say, racing over to them. Where have you guys been? Brad shakes his head. You wouldn't believe the rides we were on. We've got to get out of here before midnight, you say. Quickly, you tell your friends about the warning from the lady with the red parasol. No problem, Patty says. Look, I'm sure the exit is right over there past the ride called the Hall of the Mountain King. No, it's that way, near the sign that says Halloween Express, Brad insists. Which way do you think is the right way? Halloween Express? Turn to page 108. Mountain King? Turn to 107. Is Patty right with the Mountain King? Or is Brad right with the Halloween Express? Which way are we going? One of us. Halloween, because I like Halloween. Plus, Patty got us in this mess. Halloween? Alrighty. Halloween Express. 108. Halloween Brad. Suggestion. Now, Halloween Express, 108. We've got to get out of here. It's almost midnight, you say, as you run toward the Halloween Express ride. Hey, maybe we should try one of these cars, Brad says, pointing to the red and orange cars that run on a track. The three of you crowd into a little car that's really meant for two. You jam your foot on the gas pedal, and you're flying. All right, Brad cheers. We're on our way home. Hey, I wonder why they call this Halloween Express, he asks. You turn the wheel sharply to the left, and then you know why. Speed over to 54. Your Halloween Express car pulls up in front of a cottage, and the cottage doors open with a creak. You all jerk your heads up to peer at the door. You see a skeleton wearing an evil smile, and he lunges right for you. Trick or treat, he screeches. Then he stretches out his bony hands to snatch you. You pound on the gas pedal, and the car shoots forward, out of the skeleton's grasp. Your heart begins to race as the car speeds out of control. You tear through an eerie forest, speed past more cottages, but still you don't see a way out. And then it comes into view. A service exit. All you have to do is stop the car, jump out, and scramble through the fence, and you'll be free. You check your watch. 5 minutes to midnight. Oh no, Patty screams. Quick, turn left. Don't stop. Turn left. Go to page 83. You squint hard at the road ahead of you and see why Patty wants you to turn. There they are, the people in the old-fashioned clothes. Only they don't look the same. Some have green flesh. Some are deathly white. Their rotting skin hangs from their bones, and they're all reaching out for you. Turn! Turn! Patty yells. You spin the wheel sharply to the left to avoid hitting them, but you can't dodge the ghostly creature that's rising above you. He's 10 feet tall, with arms so long that they scrape the ground. His mouth gapes open to reveal hundreds of black-ended, rotting teeth. He swoops down at you. You turn the steering wheel hard to the right. Too hard. It comes out of your hands. Jump, you cry. Jump and run! Run! The three of you leap out of the moving car. But are you fast enough? That depends on how good your reflexes are. Try this test and find out. throw a ball in the air. Try to clap 3 times before you catch it. If you can do it, turn to page 73. If you can't do it, turn to page 127. All right. Has anyone got a ball? Or a ball-like something that they can throw up in the air? You got to throw it, clap 3 times, and then catch it. And then let us know if you can do it. Although it's summer, why is there a Halloween Express? I would like to be bad at catching the ball. If you throw it really high, you can clap 3 times. Yeah, but I mean, it depends on where people are, because they might have a low roof and they can't throw it. And if they throw it too hard, it'll hit the roof and it'll come down faster. So, are we going to be able to do it, or are we going to be able to not do it? Who's going to make the final decision? Do we have good reflexes? I say we are bad. Alrighty. If you couldn't, turn to page 127. Because we are kids. Yep. Alright, fair enough. But also, kids probably play more with balls than, like, what most of us probably do. Especially the boys. 127, right? If you couldn't, 127. Yep. You're not fast enough to get away from the ghost. You're running now, but the ghost swoops down in front of you. You plow into him and pass right through him. He's a ghost. The carnival people are swarming after you. They don't want you to leave the carnival. Hurry, you yell to your friends. Only 3 minutes to midnight. You dash off in one direction, then another. The carnival people are approaching from every which way. They carry torches with flames that leap high into the air. You steal a glance at your watch. 11:58. We can't let them catch us, you scream. Let's hide. But where can you hide? Up ahead, you see a gigantic cannon. All 3 of you could easily fit in there. You also spot a baby ride, the baby choo-choo train. Maybe you could squeeze into that. Quick, pick one and hope for the best. Are we all going to squeeze into the cannon? Or are we going to jump on the baby choo-choo? Yep. And I don't like this game of chance. Squints at the book. I don't know. I play with balls a lot. First option, baby ride. Cannon, boom, out of there. Baby choo-choo. Alrighty, we got 2 for the choo-choo. So we're going for the choo-choo. 128. That's next page. Here we go. $128. You squeeze into the choo-choo and scrunch down. 11:59. Lights from the carnival people's torches sweep over you. Their foul smell fills your lungs. The blood pounds in your temples. You're sure they're going to find you, but you're trapped now. There's no way out. You hear someone shout in the distance, "Closing time!" And then you hear a bell start to chime. Ding! Midnight! 1, 2, 3. Brad counts the chimes. You want to strangle him. 4, 5. Suddenly, the kiddie train starts to move. 6, 7, 8. You sit up, and what you see is the biggest shock of this whole horrible night. Turn to page 70. Nine, 10. Brad, shut up. Look at this. You point to the letters of the front of the train car. You've been staring at them the entire time. Why didn't you notice them before? What about the letters, Patty says sharply. 11? Don't you see what they say? You shoot back. Right Way Railroad, Patty reads. So what? The chant of the merry-go-round people echo in your head. There's only one right way. There's only one right way. Could it be 12? Now what? Turn to page 52. Just as the clock strikes 12, the train enters a tunnel. You hold your breath, wondering what you'll see when you reach the other side. Chug, chug, chug. The choo-choo slowly pulls out of the tunnel, and you are surrounded by carnival workers. everywhere. Chugged at 24. Chug, 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 chug. Carnival workers. The carnival workers who set up the same rinky-dink carnival you go to every summer. You can't believe your eyes. You must be seeing things. Patty tries to say something smart, but the only thing she manages is, huh? Hey, kids! A worker yells at you. Get away from that ride. The carnival doesn't start till tomorrow night. You gaze around in wonder at the faded games, the baby rides, the tacky food stands. For the first time in your life, it all looks great. We'll be there, you shout as you head for your bikes. This is the greatest carnival I've ever seen. The end. We did it. We made it out. Ho ho! It was all just a dream. Or we went over the fence and different dimension, and then we got back into our normal dimension by going with the choo-choo. But we did it. We made it out alive. Our third and final life, last life. Ho ho! In the end. Oh, it could have been horrific, but we did it. Just. Whew. Whew. Well done, everybody. We made it. Fantastic. And our last chance. Whew. Who would have guessed it? All right, I don't know how you can keep attention like that. I would be distracted too much to keep up, let alone search the right pages. Uh-oh. Wait, did we do it? Woo, we lived. Clutch choice by Colorful Willy with the flappy arms. GG. My guess was there's always a good or bad option, other than the first, that is illusion of choice. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out if we ever have to do any more or any others. So yeah. Oh, fantastic. We did it. Oh, and with the third life, last shot. Oh, we did it. Well done. Well done. So there we go. And that's good, because my throat and everything in my mouth is starting to get a bit too sore. Yeah, we've been working on that book for years, but we made it. Fantastic. Not that. See if I can. I don't think we'll be able to. Let me. Let me that thing get the cat back over onto what's it called? There we go. But yes, so that's it for the reading stream. We did the book, first book. I don't have all of them, but I do have a solid like consecutive chunk of them. But yeah, fantastic. And because a lot of the stuff is like not the stuff that's actually used out there, I don't have to move a lot of stuff back out there. Right. But I do have to remove this camera back out there when I do the next card or hand stuff. But anyway. Yeah. So when will I be back and what will I be doing? Thank you for streaming. No worries. Thank you for being here. What's today? Today is Friday. The American Discord watch party, the US Discord watch party is tomorrow for me. It is in approximately 29 hours, I believe. In 29 hours is the US Discord watch party. It is 8 Mountaineering time. I have the thing in the Discord with the time thing that should auto convert it to your time zone. But yes, so that is in, 29 hours from now, I think. But I will be back. Or I might be back tonight. Otherwise, probably not early tomorrow because that'd be probably a little too close to then, with the watch party and whatnot. So if I'm not back tonight, in like 14-ish hours, maybe. If I'm not back in roughly 14-ish hours, or maybe a little earlier, then it'll be tomorrow, probably afternoon, maybe. And it'll probably be Nikki because the Nikki time thing's running out early, so I gotta do some more Nikki. So I'll be back with Nikki. And maybe we'll do a tiny bit more of the Palalia. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, thank you everybody for joining me this morning. Very much appreciated. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the time happens to be. Dimitri, I haven't heard from Hotboy Liam, so he won't be here tonight, and highly unlikely tomorrow. But I'll speak with Dimitri, and he'll probably be here Sunday. So we'll probably be doing one of the things that we still need to do on Sunday with him. Maybe the tea stuff and something else. I don't know. We'll see. Don't forget, yes, the final days or whatever for putting in submissions into the YouTube Reacts channel. And yes, thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Whatever time it happens to be for you. Say hi to your mum for me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. I don't have a button. Hello, Gingerbread Salem. I see you have a banana threatening me. Well, ease up. I mean, I find that quite inappropriate, Colorfully Woolly. Well, first of all, my middle pocket banana is not threatening. It's very thin. It's long, but it's soft. It's not threatening at all. But I was not waving it around and showing it, so, you'd need to